Hello again, everybody. Well, today we're going to take a look at Natural Bridge up in beautiful Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Now, we're taking a second look at this just to see what other things have been going on today. They've done a little bit more cleanup. They've added a little bit more things. So let's take a look and see what we can see, shall we? Well, you don't see a water fountain like that very often. Water fountain for the adults, and the runoff goes so that Fido can get his drink. Now, the interesting thing about this place is this actually used to be a stop on the Dinky Railroad Loop, or the Narrow Gauge Railroad Loop. If you want to look online and search for things, the Point Lookout Hotel up below Point Park actually used to have a railroad that came out of the other end of it and hugged the western side of Lookout Mountain. It looped around, came up past this park, and eventually headed back towards the incline. So you could have a nice little trip and a nice little thing to check out. Also, it was a spiritualist campground. This is a interesting little tidbit. So let's go on down the trail and take a look, shall we? Well, this is an interesting bush or tree. Does anybody know what kind of plant this is? Now, this doesn't show it now because we've been in a drought around this area, but there is a lot of water flow that comes down through here. So the creek actually starts up there, runs down through here. I'm standing on one of a couple of bridges, and you can see where the creek continues on down through here. And here is the Natural Bridge itself. Now we'll get some closer looks at it, but one interesting tidbit is a great Facebook page and web page group called Pick Nuga, and another great web page called Deep Zoom Chattanooga have been cranking through a bunch of glass plate negatives that were found in the past. Now, the interesting thing is that one of the most recent ones actually was taken of this very place. One thing that I find interesting is you can see right here that there is definitely a rock that has fallen. And then here is the actual photo, or a digital representation of it anyway. So, what's different here? Has a rock fallen? Definitely got to give kudos to Deep Zoom Chattanooga and to Pick Nuga for the amazing photographs that they keep finding and preserving. As you can see, there are also some nice trails through here and some nice benches. So it's definitely a peaceful place. Now, things that have changed in recent years is this used to be heavily overgrown and kind of hidden. Thanks to a grant and some Boy Scouts, this whole area is open and clear, and now we have some benches in this beautiful park. You can see that there's some stairs, so at least it's easier to come up and check out the place. But you can definitely see, yes, it is a freestanding natural bridge. It is high enough to walk under. And there's definitely space between the two. And then an interesting thing is that this place that used to be here, I guess, built a cold room. You can see the stone wall. And while somebody's thrown stuff in here, you can see that there is a little bit of a spring back here. At least a little bit of water dripping. Now when it rains, a lot of the water will come through right there and then join the rest of this. You'll have to pardon me if you hear blowing noises. There are a lot of mosquitoes down here. And yes, you're very close to a church and some people's houses. Now, if anybody found any old images of when there was a hotel here, or the spiritualist camp, the building would have been back up that way. And the natural bridge is right there. And you get the idea. Amazing how nature will find a way. Now going over that way is a rope going up where you can get to the top of some of this. There's another little piece of the park, which is neat, but there is a much neater display up there. It's a beautiful natural display. It's called the Old Man of the Mountain. So I'm going to break from you guys right now and climb up there, and I will show you the Old Man of the Mountain. Here we have the Old Man of the Mountain. See the big pointy chin, you can see the eye, and you can see the nose. Interestingly enough, he has a similar profile from the down road side. And remember the top of the park that I told you about? Here it is. You can see that little rope that goes with some stairs and some stones and goes down into the park proper. That's interesting. You know, it's amazing what nature will do. A neat little chair with a little roof on it. And like with anything these days, yes, this is a beautiful place, but you still can't get away from the touch of humans. Now, for those of you that may have been here in years gone by, you would have never seen the bridge before, but due to the clearing out and to a new bridge that had to get built by the Tennessee Department of Transportation, it's now wide open so you can see this. Now the water would keep running down that way and eventually go down off the mountain. Moses Crossing. And no, it's not that Moses. This is in honor of Ansley Moses, who crossed this bridge as a boy on his way to faithfully serving the town of Lookout Mountain as commissioner, mayor, and town manager. Now, this was dedicated in 2011. Is that Jack and Jill? So, I hope you've enjoyed this little journey today. If you ever get a chance to, come on down here, bring a little picnic lunch. Eat in the peaceful area down here. Maybe get down here when the rain's coming through so that you can see the water flowing through. It adds even more. So, I'm off to go on some more journeys. Until then, why don't you go on some journeys of your own?